aspire to a clean career, leaving no shame for descendants. Hello everyone. Welcome to Encountering Chinese Case Stories, Cases Judged by Bao Gong. Today, I'm going to bring you a story called Felt Covers Merchant. In Nanchang Prefecture, Jiangxi, there lived a merchant named Song Qiao. Once, while he was carrying over 10,000 taels worth of silver on his way to Kaifeng Prefecture in Hunan to sell safflower, he passed through Shinxiu County and stayed at the inn owned by Chao Deku. That night, Chao Deku prepared food and wine to entertain Song Qiao. Song Qiao drank heavily and returned to his room in a drunken stupor. He took out his bag of silver, weighed out the amount needed for the lodging and meals, intending to settle the bill with the innkeeper early the next morning and leave quickly. However, he was unaware that the neighboring guests, Zhao Guizhen and Sun Yuanji, had already developed evil intentions upon seeing him and had devised a plan, telling others that they were going to do business at a certain place the next day. The next day, Zhao and Sun followed Song Qiao to Kaifeng Prefecture. They found out that Song Qiao was staying at Gong Xing's inn and then went into the city to conduct their business. After noticing that Song Qiao had left, they went to Gong Xing's door, knocked, and called out, "Is Song Qiao here?" Gong Xing hurriedly opened the door, only to have Sun and Zhao suddenly draw sharp knives from their waists, intending to rob and threatening to kill Gong Xing. Gong Xing fled into the back hall in panic, shouting, "There are robbers here." He ran towards the backyard while Zhao and Sun found Song Qiao's package, took all the silver, and left. They hid the silver within the city and then stayed at an inn near the eastern gate of the city. When Song Qiao returned to Gong Xing's house, Gong Xing told him about the robbery and how the robbers had taken the silver. Song Qiao hurried inside to check his silver and found that it was all gone. He was extremely angry and thought to himself, "Gong Xing says robbers came, but none of his household items were taken. Instead, all my silver is gone. He must be colluding with the robbers and trying to deceive me to escape punishment." So, Song Qiao immediately wrote a petition to report this incident to the Kaifeng Prefecture authorities. Bao Gong took the case and ordered the constables Zhang Qian and Li Wan to bring Gong Xing to the court for questioning. He interrogated, "You audacious scoundrel, how dare you collude with robbers to plot against others' wealth? You deserve to be sentenced to death." Bao Gong then instructed the officers to torture Gong Xing. Gong Xing pleaded repeatedly, saying, "I am a devout Buddhist, reciting scriptures and chanting the Buddha's name daily. Buddhism has strict prohibitions for its followers. How could I dare to commit any crime? Since Song Qiao came to my house, I immediately encountered the robbers. The robbers took the money, and heaven and earth can attest to my innocence. If I had conspired with the robbers, I would willingly accept being cut into pieces." After hearing this, Bao Gong thought for a while and then ordered the officers to imprison Gong Xing while he conducted a secret investigation. A year passed, but the robbers were not found, nor was Song Qiao's money recovered. Bao Gong often sighed, saying, this case is really difficult to solve. One day, Bao Gong privately went to the prison to see Gong Xing's condition and heard Gong Xing burning incense and reciting scriptures in his cell. With hands clasped, Gong Xing prayed. First, I wish Bao Gong continuous merit so that my injustice may be redressed. He then prayed. Second, I wish my son's studies to progress. Finally, he prayed. Third, I wish that heaven will bless me to be released soon, so I can grow old with my wife. After hearing this, Bao Gong thought. Judging by Gong Xing's response, this case indeed requires further investigation. Bao Gong returned to the court and ordered the constable Zhang Qian to bring the plaintiff Song Qiao for questioning. He asked, "When you arrived in Kaifeng, where did you stay along the way?" Song Qiao replied, "My home is not far from Kaifeng. On the way, I only stayed one night at the inn of Chao de Ku in Xinxiu County." Bao Gong, hearing this, asked no further questions and dismissed the court. The next day, Bao Gong disguised himself as a merchant from Nanjing and personally went to stay at Chao de Ku's inn in Xinxiu County. He pretended to be a merchant looking to purchase felt covers, and during the day, he would often enter taverns to have a drink and chat with other patrons to gather information. Months passed in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, one day, while he was with Chao de Ku on their way to buy felt covers at Jingning Bridge, they passed by a tavern where two men were drinking. They decided to enter. Upon seeing Chao de Ku, the two men quickly stood up and greeted him, asking, "Where is this merchant from?" Chao de Ku replied, "He is from Nanjing." The two men then chuckled and said to Chao de Ku, "Do you know, Zhao Guizhen and Su Nuangi have struck it rich lately?" Chao de Ku jokingly asked, "Did silver coins fall from the sky and hit them?" The two men replied, "Not long ago, they went to Kaifeng to do business. In less than half a month, they made a lot of money. Now they have bought properties in the provincial capital and even purchased several acres of good farmland. We really don't know how they got so lucky." Bao Gong thought to himself. It seems that Song Qiao's case must be related to these two thieves, Zhao Guizhen and Su Nuangi. So, after returning home with Chao de Ku, Bao Gong asked him about the names of the two men they had encountered that day. Chao de Ku replied, "One of them is named Zhao Zhidao, and the other is named Lu Daolong." Bao Gong silently remembered these two names. The next morning, Bao Gong ordered Constable Zhang Qian to pack up immediately and return to the prefectural office. Then, he instructed Constable Zhao Hu to disguise himself as a merchant and take dozens of pieces of silk to Zhao Guizhen's house in the provincial capital to gather information. When Zhao Hu arrived at Zhao Guizhen's house, he personally came out to greet him and asked, "Guest, where are you from?" Zhao Hu lied, saying, "I am from Hangzhou, named Sun Xiao." Seeing the silk brought by Zhao Hu, Zhao Guizhen took out 5 pieces to inspect. Then, he asked, "How much do you want for these silk pieces?" Zhao Hu replied, 18 taels of silver for 5 pieces of silk." Zhao Guizhen took out 3 silver ingots, weighing approximately 12 taels, and handed them to Zhao Hu. Sun Yuangi happened to be there too. Seeing Zhao Guizhen buying silk, he took Zhao Hu to his house and also bought 5 pieces of silk, giving Zhao Hu 12 taels of silver. Even though the silver was not enough, Zhao Hu did not haggle with them. He hurried back to the prefectural office and reported everything to Bao Gong. Bao Gong ordered the constables to hide the silver in the warehouse first, and then he ordered Constable Zhang Qian to bring Song Qiao for interrogation. When Song Qiao arrived in the hall and knelt down to reply, Bao Gong asked him to look at the silver obtained from Zhao Guizhen and Sun Yuangi. After inspecting, Song Qiao said, "I dare not deceive you. The silver coins minted in the Jiangxi area are very unique in texture. These silver coins are indeed mine. I hope you can help me recover the silver, and I will never forget your kindness, sir." Bao Gong then ordered Zhang Qian to take Song Qiao down and wait. Afterwards, he urgently dispatched constables Zhang Long and Li Wan to the provincial capital to arrest Zhao Guizhen and Sun Yuangi. Bao Gong also sent Zhao Hu to Shunxiu County to bring Zhao Zhidao and Lu Dalong for interrogation. 3 days later, all 4 of them were brought to the hall and knelt down to respond. Bao Gong sternly exclaimed, "Zhao Guizhen, Sun Yuangi, you 2 thieves dared to openly plunder others' property within my jurisdiction and even attempted to shift all the blame onto the innocent Gong Sheng. Don't you know there are laws to abide by? You deserve 1,000 deaths. Why don't you confess now?" Despite Bao Gong's intimidation, the 2 still refused to admit guilt. Bao Gong then summoned Zhao Zhidao and Lu Dalong, saying to them, "Half a month ago, you talked about Zhao Guizhen and Sun Yuangi gaining immense wealth. Do you dare to repeat that conversation today?" Although Zhao Zhidao and Lu Dalong also feared Zhao Guizhen and Sun Yuangi, they respected Bao Gong even more, so they recounted the conversation from that day. With no clear source of the immense wealth, the 2 bandits had nothing to say and could only confess the truth. Subsequently, Bao Gong ordered Constable Li Wan to put long fetters on the 2 bandits and each of them received 40 lashes. Bao Gong then called for Song Qiao and returned all the stolen property of the 2 thieves to him. Bao Gong ordered the release of Gong Sheng from the prison and gave him a sum of silver as compensation, letting him return home. As for Zhao Zhidao and Lu Dalong, after the interrogation was over, they were naturally sent back home. Finally, Bao Gong made the judgment, ordering Zhao Guizhen and Sun Yuangi to be taken to the execution ground for their death sentences. With this case resolved, the surrounding people could now live more peacefully knowing justice had been served. Alright. Today's case story, Felt Covers Merchant, concludes here. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Please also encourage everyone to comment and share with others. See you again in the next issue.